manure. Any kind of things to know the policy of instrument because the manure is based upon the agony. Because the Galgala is one of the most weirdest thing in this galaxy. Because the reversity of the intuition is a mind game based upon psycho. Based upon psycho, the witches of craft is an eclat of knowing how to provision the law. Because in that way, if there is an instrument into the infrastructure of the economy, the position of the economy is a timer in relation to the discipline. Because in that way, if your brother is not an econom in relation to the mono, then the fire brigade is only a badge of collusion. Oh, what does that mean, fire brigade? The badge of... Oh, we're not even there yet. So, musically, the psycho is a plankton of ducks. Then how so, if the order has not been performed in relation to intervention order? Huh? But hey, the mechanism is a location in relation to the possession, because in the manner of time, the possession is a kata of cassette by the foreskin. Cassette by the foreskin is layers of imbecile. Imbecile is a rude word, imbecile, but not approximately real. Why, Pauline at the Parliament? Because Pauline at the Parliament, the intercussion of your third amount of technology is that you need to know how the breast work as well as milkshake. And in that way as well as milkshake, what kind of thing is rotten to blue worm, the starfish, in relation to the sky? Because the starfish in relation to the sky is an instance of knowing exorcism. So, in exorcism, what kind of things do we know that the Pelophysian is participating into the dimension of length? The milkshake is only a continuum of ounces, no, inches of millimum. Inches of millimum is based upon your breast cancer as well as safety of producta. Safety of producta is an illusion of knowing how to convert into the metastasis, because in that way, if there is an evolution of knowing how the scan print copy is duplicate in relation to the sexosome, because in that way, in relation to the sexosome is a location of Japan. Isn't there a brand? Oh. So in that way, the Japanese prerequisite is the owned legit local word. The legit local word is Zong in relation to thunder the bolt into the computer system, and also to ECP5. Also to the ECP5 is an exonym of knowing that religiously the fuckonym is not a swear word. It's just a punk. Then why is just a punk in relation to PUK? So, French Connection, United Kingdom. Are they still around or you started? But the legit law in relation to the demonstration of knowing Justin Malik by the sound audition is that when you microphone the sound audition of the Blackanan, you can auto-light the foreskin in the cassette. But when you do that, you need to understand the layers. No, it's the ison layers of the foreskin in the cassette. And in that way, the Olokosong over the is the audition of stereotype. Lip stereotype. So in that way, the computer system will need to somehow persist like that in relation to PUK. And in relation to PUK, the breast cancer need to be exorcised in relation to knowing how the cancer will be cured. Did I not cure, Gary? So in that way, with the lexicus, is that you do not know how to prolong the equation of illegal law, based upon the mechanism of rotten food, is that mouse eats rotten food. Then when do they die? Do they die quick, or they happen more colonies of ants? Because more colony of ants is that in the United Kingdom, the supplementation of sewage is the collocation. Whatever you eat, where will it flow to? Boundaries? No. When it flows into the no. When it flows into this no. Okay. Police Army, British colony, magic moon, 58 of blue worm to Philippics. So in that way, traveler, when you drink, how do you know that the water is from you? Because you're used to it in relation to fax copy. Because the fax copy based upon the duplication of monotheism of Messiah to Ishtatanam, that the fax copy duplicate the fax copy, then how? The missing person is just Antukotanam. But how real is the melam of the fax copy to composite the monogram of converter? And that way of the converter is that the Buddha's ear is the legakan of sound. No. It's just a manufacturing degree of first aid kit. But my sister, Lan, the voice over IP is an acronym of fax, copy, duplicate in the Triton of Trolla. But each pod in relation to triangle, Belgium, one day you will know where the other triangle is. It is very strong, very strong. But in that way, the mechanism of knowing that we cannot comply with the economy in relation to the academics result and the police diploma. The first award is that the Blala of Blanc and Robot of Inton by Conrad is just a mechanism of illegal federal law. Illegal federal law is based upon the non-collectors. So in that way, Frozensin, I can't pronounce it. Frozen, or whatever. Oh, you know. But anyway, in that way, the conversion of your Dublin tone by ink in SYD, Miss E.T. Mariah Carey is just a sarcasm of knowing the tone, and in relation to the tone of the border skinton of then the facton of the facts is a curtain of French connection. So how do you do French connection United Kingdom by the paroxysm of the vocal voice like that? Then in that way, if there is a dimension in relation to a wire brigade, the wire brigade, the wire brigade. In that way, with the wire brigade, is that the breach in the network of the computer system will be analysis in my brother Kung. But in my brother Kung, the constitution is that the tone of the print copy doublum is a copy print double and tone Dylan. So in that way, when you showcase the diplom of the printing company, the black swan will be Dolokon in relation to your own seizure. Because in that way, by graphic arts, is an echelon of knowing how to integrate the third amount of data to production these on. Everything has colors, but the blind spot don't have colors. The blind spot don't have colors. So in relation to the blind spot don't have colors, why do we eliminate the Eden? Now, first approach of the Parliament. So in that way, first approach of Parliament, how does the Reaper will seizure the right plethora of personnel? But approximately, the wider the bridge, the lesser the honor. But in some, the synthesis of knowing how the sound work in relation to the totem, my brother Kun will be sergeant in the next award branch. So in that way, my brother Kun, being an honor at RMIT, the consultant of the sun for the juvenile and the internal Java is the plexon of tongue, and in tongue, the lecithin of knowing that the 32 bytes, 21 bytes, 64 and 38 bytes is only a collection of the Parliament. So in each byte, do you work out how the Parliament work in relation to bitten the rotten food? And when it bitten the rotten food, then how do you inject the arouse of unknown? Because the spray can, when it arouses, does it go fong? Fire bridge, caution, local stuff. So in that way, Kufridi, the air canal is the antecedent of the Viagra. And of the flat area. So in that way, the voice over IP, does it identify the spirit of Buddhist ear? And the investment of black duck is the color? No, not that. But the sound of the learner is that the fire bridge is only a voice form of stacks and hub in relation to the USB-G. And in relation to the USB-G, did you know? Is that Japan? Oh. So in that way, the plexus is a photoshop of knowing how the fax copy work. But knowing how the fax copy work is an instance of Dublin. And Dublin is a capital of French connection. But French connection based upon the illegal alarm. Do I look Asian? I think so. Who cares? But based upon that, the conversion of the intuition of the mind manang is that the embryo will be the cyst. How will the embryo work when you give birth to a child? Is it, been there, done that? You never know what you never know. You never know what you want to know. You never know what you feel to know. You never know. Buddha's ear. So in that way, if via lines of non-religion, do you lengthen the belief of Buddha? Being Saxon is a malaklan of Volcra to practice the exercise, and in that way, it if you don't know, you don't know. So, in the culture of voice over IP, if we all can connect into one, then the business of the Brulong is Japanese. But the voice over IP is a kutatan of LA. So, religiously, what is the mysticism of the Dublin tone of fax copy? Because the is a and so Hitler, in relation to the fax copy, the vector graphics of digital is the opposite of Asasi. So in that way, alien creator. The fax copy of the Institute is executed, but knowing